Okay. Just makes conversations awkward. It is. Revel. Okay. I'm ready to start. You guys ready? No. No. Cool. Cool, we're live. We're streaming. Good morning, hello. I feel too far away. Might go with it though. So there's a youth rally meeting. There's a little booklet on the usher's card. I only have one. It's in color, but it's also the same stuff that you can find online if you check the link. But it's, I don't know, it's there. It's a hard copy. Like, doesn't it feel like the time of like passing things around the room is gone? Like, when's the last time that happened? Like, we could pass it around the room, and I was like, when's the last time we did that? So here's the rundown, the basics of what I think, like, the shared questions everyone might have. June 28th to July 1st, youth rally. Every other year, 2020 was canceled, and now we can go for 2022. It's in Knoxville, Tennessee. There's 3 different locations that we cycle through. Tennessee, or Knoxville, Denver, and Bowling Green, Ohio. So the 2020 was supposed to be in Tennessee. I thought we would keep with the rotation and be in Denver this year, but we're still in Tennessee. So Denver would be better for us. Travel would be easier. I've said when it's in Denver, I think we'll drive because that'll be, like, that's fun. Like, there's good bonding that can take place on that road trip. But we don't need to drive to Tennessee. So, basic, what's that? Yeah, no one can handle that fun. 3 days, right. No, I'm okay with the song. It's more like, I smell you guys on Wednesday nights. You know, I don't need it in the car that long. All right, so the who is just confirmed WELS teens completing 8th grade through completing 12th grade. So really, like, if you're completing 12th or 8th grade this year, you can do it again after 10th grade, you can do it again after 12th grade. It's not fair. It's so not. Like some people get to go 3 times, some people only get to go twice, as far as like being of age in that bracket. Okay? It's June 28th to July 1st, but for our sake, it starts it's noon to noon, I think, like noon on the 28th to noon on the 1st. I don't know if you've noticed, but flights out of Boise usually like are pre-5 a.m., right? Or at least pre-6 a.m. So we can't, even if we do that, we're not going to get there by noon on the 28th. So we're going to have to leave the day before and get there like 9 p.m. on the 27th. And then the same thing, it ends on the 1st, but it ends at noon. And we're not going to get a flight back to Boise in time. Like, right. So might as well just leave the next morning. What that does is tax on an additional $50 on both ends, which is okay because actually traveling on the 2nd is like almost, right now, it's looking like $1,000 less than traveling on the 1st. So like that, we'll take that extra $50. But the travel costs are variables. Right, we got what it's looking like right now and what it's looking like when we book. Like, we'll see how things change. Where? University of Tennessee, Knoxville. So the lodging is on campus in the dorms. Eating is at the cafeteria, and it's all included in registration, which is $375. That's the early bird rate. For the sake of our traveling, I would like us to be all booked and confirmed and done. Like, I'm going to set a deadline date that actually is earlier than like what they have for the deadline for early bird. Like, I want to book our travel 3 months in advance. So that's going to put us mid-late March, right? So registration itself is $375. Travel, currently looking that we can get it between $450 and $500. And then I said that extra 100 because there's 50 early and then 50 to stay at an extra night. And then money, like spending money for meals on the traveling day, meals to get wherever the layover is, probably Minneapolis, maybe Denver. I can send it to you too if you want. Actually, you got access. It's on a shared drive. And then souvenirs. I know, like, Rally will have some stuff, free stuff, like that's included. Like you're probably going to get like a Frisbee or a lanyard or something. And then purchasable souvenirs tend to be like stuff at the university bookstore. So like if you, like we collect glasses. Probably going to get a University of Tennessee glass. But that's the cost. Let's stay here. If we don't want cost to be prohibitive, we don't have enough to pay for anyone who might be interested. But if it's a hurdle, if it's let us know. Okay, well, there's youth funds available that we'd like to use in this way, and just we don't know until you tell us what the needs are. What is Youth Rally? So it's the video the Wells Connection said today, and expecting 2,500 young people, teens, and every time it happens, like it's the largest ongoing gathering of Wells people anywhere. Like if you do a convention or a conference, it's not 2,500 people, right? The big ones are like 1,000 people. This is it's the biggest gathering of Wells people, and so like what that means for the youth is you're not alone. Like there are all these people, like just like that sense of togetherness. But with a high level of energy and excitement. So this year's theme is here and now, and then from what I know, it's going to make use of the story of Esther, thematically. But there's a couple of keynotes here and now. First, why not us, and why not now? And then there's workshops. They break out into workshops during the days that we're there. They're informational. I don't know, like they're not really Bible studies, although they'll be like biblical conversations, presentations. And so of those workshops, I just kind of summarized instead of having of all that's offered, and it's in the booklet and it's online if you want to check out all of them, but just kind of a summary of the themes that I see there. Identity for Christian teens, integration of Christian faith for mental wellness, responding to challenges in life and in Christian faith, living as servants of the Lord, and then apologetics and evangelism, which are closely connected, but they're different. Apologetics is kind of like arguing your faith, like knowing facts to present and engage in a debate with someone who also knows facts, and just being able to say, no, there's a lot of credibility to the Bible, and knowing them, right? We are saved by faith, but God has never asked that it be blind faith. Which, for us, where we live, like LDS have largely blind faith. Like, you don't question, just because we said so, kind of faith. That's not the Bible. That's not God. God gives us a lot of things that we can hold to that is just practical. So whether it's like scientific evidence of stuff or just like mind-blowing kind of philosophical stuff to put out there as, for concepts. So apologetics is like largely Christian philosophy broken down into usable, practical, like nuggets of things, like just engage in conversation with people. And then evangelism is more just like confidently, don't hide who you are. If you're a Christian, let it be known that you're a Christian. And you don't need to do that in an attacking or demeaning way. Christians, we've gotten pretty bad at just letting it be known. In a casual way, I'm a Christian. I'm not here to argue. I'm not here to tell you that you're wrong. I'm just here to not feel like I need to hide the fact. I'm a Christian. Just be casual. So that's my rundown. I looked at the workshops that are offered, and those points cover all of them. Okay, so this is small, and you can't see it. But what else? So there's the workshops, kind of like the productive content stuff during the day. Nightly entertainment and fun. We got live comedy and improv. There's an Olympic-sized swimming pool, football, soccer, tennis, sand, volleyball. One thing that I saw, I think, I didn't put it up there because I can't guarantee, I'm not committing to it, but I think there's rock climbing. I think they have a rock wall. It's just actually it's fairly standard at major universities now. It's part of like if you've got a workout gym, you got a rock wall. Recreational workshops. So this is stuff that's included for free on campus. Badminton, basketball, flag football, kayaking. I'm not sure how that's offered for free on campus, but it's listed as one of the things available. So if maybe like if you got an Olympic-sized swimming pool, you also got something where you can go kayaking. Rock climbing. Oh, yep. See, it is there. Racquetball, sand volleyball, soccer, tennis, ultimate frisbee, wiffle ball. So those are recreational workshops, which are different from excursions. Recreational workshops are like you've got these kinds of workshops where there's a presentation of information, and then recreational workshops. So like as you register, you schedule your day. It's like choosing classes, right? You got your schedule, pick your classes. There are recreational ones that are offered, and that's free and included. And then the excursions are other things that are offsite, additional cost, youth leader needed. So like it's possible that I'm confused and I've listed some of those excursions in the recreational workshops, but I don't think so. Otherwise I want to put it there. But so the offsite stuff, go ahead, question. Just wait. Okay, so the offsite stuff is, these three things are all working against us. One, that it's additional cost. Two, like you can't just go. The youth leader, like you need to have one of your group's chaperones needs to attend. It looks like we'll have two. There's possibility, depending on the level of interest, that we would need a third. And so if there's a third, then we could offer up to 3. But what if we have 5 different people who want to go on a different excursion? Like it just kind of gets into a complicated mess that's really not necessary because there's plenty offered. We're not going to youth rally to go paintballing. We can go paintballing. We don't need to go to Tennessee to go paintballing. Paintballing's offered as one of the offsite excursions, and it's exciting. I'd like to do that. But is it worth doing during those days? Because they're offsite, you got to travel there, and you got to travel back. So the time you spent, probably you can get better use of that time if you just do something that's offered on campus. So you don't have to have travel, don't have to have an extra expense, and we can avoid the complication of figuring out, disappointing 3 people because we can only do these 2. So my encouragement or suggestion and encouragement is to just ignore those. Yep, they're offered, but there's plenty on campus that's cool and exciting and fun. And that's really but I am leaving it open, like if there's clear unity and popular demand and everyone says, we all want to do this one, okay, but I'm leaving that among you. Like don't ask me to coordinate your interest. Like if you as a group know what that is, go ahead and present it, and then I'll say, okay, if you've already decided you want to do it and you want the extra costs and I'm only being asked to do one excursion, I can attend to one excursion. But otherwise I think like the kind of thing that we're going to youth rally for is what's offered on campus, and it's productive. There's plenty of excitement. After the workshops are done, there's also plenty of recreation during the evening. Okay. Yep. That's fair. Oh, okay. Right. That's laser tag. Right, paintballing outside. Okay, moving on. So this is review, plan, travel, June 27th to July 2nd. My plan, no excursions, and register by March 21st. That gives us the 3 months to get travel booked. If we can have registry, I think that's a Monday. I think I chose the day after a Sunday. You've got until that Sunday. Then the next day, based on the registration received, then on the 21st we can book travel. The way that will go is that you commit, let's do it like a $50 deposit. When you sign up, I'm serious, here's $50, we're in. And then when travel is booked, church will pay for it, and then we don't know what it's going to cost until we actually pay for it. We're going to have ballpark, general idea, pretty close, and then the moment that it's booked, where our price is at that minute, and then have church reimbursed by the individuals involved. Is that a question? Yes, we want to make sure that we're all together so that one person books travel, have it all together, get a group, whatever size that group is. Yeah, but the registration you can do online on your own. I have to start it and open us up as a group, and then can register as we go. Registration's not open yet. This is just heads up, getting ready, getting information out. But once registration is open, I will register our group. Once our group exists, you can register yourself as part of that group, and then pay for registration. Okay, so let's do that quickly again. June 28th to July 1st, but for travel, June 27th to July 2nd in Tennessee. 8th through 12th grade confirmands. Cost $377 for food and lodging. Travel right now looks like $450 to $500, plus our lodging will have a $50 on the front and a $50 on the back end just to get us into the dorms a night early and stay an extra night. So an extra $100 there, spending money. Informative presentations, keynote stuff that are all youth geared. Recreation stuff throughout during the day and evenings, and that's the review. No excursions. Try to unless you really talk to each other and have overwhelming interest in something in particular, I'm going to ignore excursions. Register by March 21st. Anything online, Jamie? Anybody there? Okay. Questions? How many questions are there? It's like a riddle. What? Oh, that's the question. How many question marks are up there? Yeah, I don't know. Just go with, there's one yellow one. Yep. We're flying. Yeah, if every third time, so every 6 years when it's in Colorado, then I think driving can be considered. For Ohio and Tennessee, we'll be flyers. It depends on what the prices are day of, but right now it looks like Delta. You want Southwest? Oh. Okay. And for what it's worth, right now it looks like these are the youth leaders. Like I said, there's head count here. Yeah, if this is the people, although like Studer said before they left, they're interested. Jonas Parsons, very interested. Like there are others, but just from this head count, we'd be good. What is the cap? It's 6. 6, yep. Yep. My mom will come out, and then we'll go. So, but, question. Okay, Kristen, you good? Did we, went back? It's, sorry. No, but yeah, if anything, or catch me after, just rehash, but yeah, those dates, my goal is keep it under 1,000. If we got 375 registration, plus that extra 100 for the extra day, then we're, and then, yeah, right now, travel looks like 450, so if we can do that, great. So, yeah, is it buy one, get one free? No. Tough, right? Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to think even if the registration, knocks in $25 off for your second one, but no, they don't. Kale. Okay. anything that would take you off campus would be an excursion, but there are like planned, legitimate, like sponsored excursions and things that are not. So like you're going to a store, like it's kind of like all-inclusive resort, right? Like once you're there, don't leave there. And you'll have stores, like some shops on campus. But like if you want like a Tennessee souvenir, look at the airport for, like I went to Tennessee. The airport gift shops will have Tennessee souvenirs. If you want Youth Rally specific or University of Tennessee specific, you will find those. Like there'll be some vendor kind of stuff and there's also like a lot of giveaways. Like my encouragement will be don't buy any souvenirs on the way there. On the way home, okay, because I don't want you to be like, you might be surprised with how many freebies there are. Just stuff that people are there just to give away. Elizabeth. Yes, they'll be there as employees. Although, I wouldn't be shocked right out of, like, if there's 2,500 people, if there's some local Wells people who are like, yep, I'm enrolled to go there next year, and then they're there too. But for the most part, no, these are people from other places. Yep. There's a lot of people, and, I run into a lot of people I know, but, most of them I don't. So in some ways, it's like a little bit of a reunion for those of us who like working with youth. Hey! But, yeah. In the evenings after, like, the recreational fun stuff, like, before it's time to be in your room, which you can stay up all night, whatever your group wants, like, in your room, and by the way, in your room is you'll be rooming with our group. But there's, like, a closing day, like, end of, like, wrap-up review devotional time. Talk about what'd you talk about today, and then talk about it as a group as the days are themed. Okay. Well, thanks. I've got a sign up, but I think we'll just, I don't know. You can sign up on it if you want. Now it's not too early, and after this, I'll just put it on the bulletin board. And, yep, I'll set it out on the usher's cart. So just to express serious interest, you're not committing anything. Once you do the $50 deposit, you're committing to that, but that's deposit. Once you register, you're committing. Until then, gauging serious interest. Mostly like heads up. If we do end up, I think there's potential for males to have more than 6. We've got 5 here, 6 here, plus Jonas. Like, if all are serious interest, then we do need a second. So.
I guess I just want to reiterate, from a council perspective, we have an account and we've set aside money that says, well, this is that.
In particular for the families that have multiples, right? Like registration itself, to have a week, $375. If it was lodging alone, it could easily be more than that. Lodging plus food plus experience, $375, not the issue. But we live in Boise, so you add on travel. You got multiple kids, you multiply it all. So, yep. Do speak up. Let us know if you say, hey, I can afford $1,200 for 2 kids. Okay, then tell us that. I can afford $700 for 1, total. And then we'll see what the total is once we have travel booked.
And we also have transport from
Yes. Yep. So that's included. The rally has a airport shuttle. Right. Yeah, another reason, like excursions, like they're cool, but it's also like if there are things like if you go for an excursion, you're not going to be satisfied with the amount of time you have. Like there's some really cool like high ropes courses in the forest or go whitewater rafting. But like those are full day things, and you're just scratching the surface if you just go for the little bit of time that it's offered. And I mean, I've been to Youth Rally several times before, and that's just been my takeaway, kind of like no matter what the excursion was, that they're not worth it. Like there was stuff offered here, and it just complicates in an unnecessary way. But I'm not trying to be the party pooper before it starts either. Just take it for what it's worth. Okay. Well, thanks for being here. I put a sign-up sheet on the usher's cart there. If you have serious interest, go ahead and sign yourself up, and that helps us plan ahead. Like I said, if we do need to have a third youth leader lined up, that's important to do before last minute. So, okay. Do you want to close with prayer? Is it like this awkward ending? Okay, go. So no, right, yeah, right. God bless it.
Sorry, Brendan was walking through.